Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something really cool, how analytics models can take all that data your organization has and actually turn it into smart, future-focused decisions.
So let's just dive right in. Your organization has probably spent a lot of time and effort getting a data warehouse up and running. That's awesome. You're collecting and storing data. But what's next? That warehouse is a gold mine. And just reporting on what happened yesterday is only scratching the surface. The real goal is to unlock the future potential that's sitting right there in that data.
And to do that, you have to understand this really crucial shift. See, business intelligence, or BI, is all about looking in the rearview mirror. It asks, what happened? Analytics takes that very same data, but it looks forward. It asks, what should we do? It's all about guiding your future actions based on what you've learned from the past.
Now, this journey, from looking at the past to shaping the future, it happens along something called the information continuum. You can think of it like a maturity model, a path that shows how companies get better and better at extracting real value from their data. And here's the key thing about this continuum. You can't skip steps. It's a progression. You've got to master reporting first. Then you figure out your KPIs and metrics, and only then are you really ready to build powerful analytics models. Each level sets the stage for the next one, and it's an evolution for your people and your processes, not just your tech.
Okay, so how do we actually make that climb to the analytics level? Well, it starts with getting to know your toolkit. There are 4 key analytics techniques, and each one is designed to answer a totally different kind of question.
First up, we've got forecasting. This is all about looking at data over time, what we call a time series. You're basically looking at a sequence of events from the past to predict what the very next value is going to be.
So it's perfect for answering a straightforward question like this. A forecasting model can look at your sales from every quarter for the last 5 years and project a pretty solid number for what to expect next. Next is descriptive analytics, and a really common technique here is clustering. This is what you use when you have a massive pile of data and you're not even sure what you're looking for. Clustering lets the data speak for itself, grouping similar things together to reveal patterns you never would have spotted on your own.
This is the classic example, right? You can feed it all your customer data, and it will automatically find groups or segments of customers who behave in similar ways. And, that's pure gold for things like targeted marketing campaigns.
Then we have predictive analytics. Now, this is different from forecasting. It's not about the next number in a sequence. It's about calculating the probability of a specific outcome happening for a specific person or thing. And this is where things get really powerful. It answers these kinds of critical business questions. The model learns from every customer who has ever canceled, and then it looks at a current customer and calculates the odds that they're about to do the same thing.
Okay, so let's make sure we're clear on this because it's super important. Forecasting asks what the next value will be, like a sales number, and that number could be something new that's never happened before. Prediction, on the other hand, asks about the probability of a known outcome, something that has to have happened in your past data, so the model can learn from it.
And finally, our 4th tool, decision optimization. This is your secret weapon for making the absolute best possible choice when you're dealing with a ton of variables and constraints. It's about finding that one perfect answer out of millions of possibilities.
Just think about a complex problem like this for a logistics company. Optimization can sift through every possible combination of routes, trucks, and drivers to find the single schedule that makes you the most money while still getting every package delivered on time. It's incredible. So we have this amazing toolkit, but you know what? The real magic, the real transformation happens when these tools get out of the hands of just a few data scientists and into the hands of people all across the business. This quote just says it all. The goal is to democratize analytics. It means that everyone, whether they're in HR or operations or marketing, can use data to make their part of the business run smarter and better.
And, here's the best part. You don't need some massive, expensive new project to do this. The smart way, the cost-effective way, is to build right on top of the data warehouse you already have. You leverage the skills your team already has, and you go for a lot of small wins instead of one giant moonshot.
Of course, it's not always going to be a walk in the park. Building this kind of capability has its challenges. But the good news is, these are hurdles we've seen before, and if you have the right strategy, you can clear them pretty easily. So you're likely going to run into a few predictable bumps. The first is just figuring out the right problems to solve. You want repeatable problems where the outcome leads to a clear action. The second hurdle is building a team that can last. And the best approach is a hybrid one.
Keep your tech and data science centralized, but let the business experts who know the context stay embedded in their departments. And finally, you have to handle the culture shift. People can get scared of a black box making decisions. The key is to frame this as an evolution of what they already do with BI, not some scary replacement.
Okay, so we've climbed the continuum, we've looked at the tools, we've talked about the strategy. The very last step, and maybe the most important one, is to turn that lens back on your own organization. You have to ask yourself the simple but really powerful question. Right now, today, is your organization still mostly focused on reporting what happened yesterday? Or are you starting to build the models that will actually decide what you do tomorrow? The answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about your next step.
Hey, if you found this explainer helped you figure out that path forward, do me a favor and hit that like button, share it with a colleague, and subscribe for more insights just like this. Thanks for watching.